Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Last week I did a video on what I miss about France, so I'll just link that right up there. And this week I found it would be fitting to do a video on what I don't miss about France. The first thing that I do not miss about France is the smoking culture. So in Canada, what I realized is that our smoking culture is a lot more strict. There are now like designated smoking areas. You're not allowed to smoke within like 9 meters within a building or whatever the rules are nowadays. But nonetheless, it's a lot more strict. But in France, people still smoke in their houses, and that took a lot of time to get used to. Thankfully, I had some good friends where they were quite considerate of me not enjoying inhaling smoke. So they would just like open up a window and at least go smoke by the window. Even when they would have friends over, most people just like to smoke. Like if you're sitting in a huge circle, everyone's just smoking, you're like, oh my god, I'm dying. And for the most part, I had a good friend who was just like, hey, he doesn't like smoke, so can you go by the window? I'm like, oh, thank you. I'm dying. The second thing that I do not miss about France is feeling rushed in a grocery line. So what I'm talking about is if you go to the cash register with all your groceries, you're putting it on the little like, I don't even know, what do you even call those things? The grocery store where you put it on that thing that moves towards the cashier. Oh, somebody help me! If you guys know what that's called, please comment down below because it's gonna bother me for the rest of the day. Some grocery stores in Canada, the cash register person will bag your stuff for you, so they might have like a little spinny apparatus with bags attached to it and they just kind of bag your stuff for you. In France, nobody bags your things for you, so you have to do it all yourself, and like everything just goes so fast and there are people behind you and they're waiting for you and you're like, oh my god, I've never bagged myself in my entire life. How am I supposed to do this efficiently and quickly because people are standing behind you and they're getting really annoyed and you're like, oh my god, please somebody help me. The third, I can't do this. The third thing that I don't miss about France. One thing that always bothered me was saying my name in France. So it would always give me away as not being French, and because my name's Colton, so obviously it's not a French name. But when I introduce myself, I say my name as Courtin because I don't want to just interrupt my smooth French sentence with like an English accent, you know what I mean? I'm not going to be like, oh bonjour, je m'appelle Colton. I say je m'appelle Courtin. It just flows a lot better. But since my name isn't from France, anytime I introduce myself, people are like, Courtin? Tu viens d'où du coup? I'm like, well, je viens du Canada. And they're like, ah, je vois. I'm like, okay. Good talk. Another thing that I don't miss about France is the beggar/scammer community. I do understand that there are genuine people who need money, they need help, but people really take advantage of that in France. So if you're walking on the streets, I mean, at least where I was living in Grenoble, there's a lot of people begging for money, and a lot of people who scam you. So for example, when I first got to France, I landed in Lyon, and I was just walking through the airport like, I have no idea where I'm going, clearly someone who's not from France, not from this area. And people capitalize on that. They see you, I'm talking about the scammers, they see you and they're like,
I see my next prey.
This particular person came up to me with a clipboard. They were trying to raise money for people with disabilities, hearing impairments, visual impairments, etc., things like that. And they were asking for a donation, and I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't have any money on me, like I just got to France, I only have like a Canadian debit card. And they're like, oh, there's an ATM right there. And I'm like, I have no idea how to use whatever that thing is, which was not an ATM, but it was something you can get money from. And I'm like, I have no idea how to use that. They're like, oh, I'll show you. And I'm like, actually no, I can see where this is going. So this one has to be my top thing that I do not miss about France, and that is the customer service experience. So in France, you walk into a store, you see that the workers are talking behind the counter, and you're like, okay, like they just didn't see me walk into the store. And you find something, they're still talking, you find something, you go up to the cash register, you're ready to check out, and they're still talking. You can clearly tell that they know that you're there, but they're purposefully ignoring the fact that you're there because they're having a conversation. And you're waiting there, like you're literally waiting there for like 2 minutes, 5 minutes, and they're still talking, and you're like, excuse me, I'd like to check out. Like, if you interrupt them, they look at you as if you committed the biggest crime. They're just talking, they're like, blah, 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 blah. French. It's like, oh, I'm sorry. Am I inconveniencing you? You're working right now. Last thing that I definitely do not miss about France are things called manifestation or grève. So it's manifestations or strikes. If you ever go to France, grève and manifestation, there's gonna be words that are gonna be in your vocabulary day in and day out. They're gonna be on the news, you're gonna see it everywhere. Like, you can't escape these things. Like, every week there would be a strike going on somewhere. There would be like farmers on strike. There would be like, there was a case in Lyon where they like blocked off, like in their tractors, they like blocked off the highways so people couldn't get into Lyon. Like, it was just nuts. I mean, mind you, it's a very efficient way to get things done, but very inconvenient for other people. And for example, like, you would go to school and then there'd be a manifestation, like the trams would stop working because there's too many people in the way, and they're like, oh, the trams are cancelled, and you're like, sweet. Now I have to walk like an hour and a half to get back to my house. Alright, that's it for today, everyone. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and push that little bell button down there to get notified when I come out with new videos. And I would love to hear your guys' experiences in other countries, any things that were different, things that you didn't like. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!